me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. It's a single-game return to Minnesota for the Timberwolves as they'll look for a boost from their hometown crowd. And, of course, Anthony Davis. A part of this lineup, we'll see how they do without him.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were just a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than short.
Here's Wembanyama. And again, it's San Antonio with a three. RJ, this could be a battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Barnes. Pass to Castle. A three-pointer is right on target.
They're finding every shot they've wanted so far a perfect 3 of 3 to start the game.
And here's Towns. Covered by Barnes. Towns is doubled. Here's Shannon. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. We've seen a quick start here for the Spurs. 7-point differential. And it became very clear very early, RJ, that Wembanyama is legit and a very special player. Generational.
You never know until those first few games, but it was immediate how different Wemby is going to be. He has already met those lofty expectations that we all had for him.
So it's the Timberwolves now. Following the missed shot by De'Aaron Fox. Towns with the bucket.
A prolific inside scorer since his first day in the league. Towns gets the job done down low.
Here's Castle. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Here's Vassell. From outside, off the mark. Towns, high post. Plays it up and banks it in.
And I'll tell you, offense comes really easy to Big Cat.
Here's Fox driving to the basket.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Timberwolves trailed by 5. Outside, White. Pass to Shannon. Six to shoot. The three. Cranes the three-pointer. Shannon's got 5.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. I asked him the approach they're going to take with De'Aaron Fox. And Coach said that Fox's speed is the big challenge. He said, we're dealing with maybe the fastest player in the league, so we've got to be high energy at the defensive end. They know they have their work cut out for them. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And this game is tied up now.
He's so strong when he goes to work on the glass. One opening is all he'll need to finish the play, even if it's just a tip-in.
Now Towns. Harrison Barnes missing on the 3. Left side, Towns. Pass to Shannon. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Out to White. Over Fox. And it's White missing.
Credit the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
With the step back. Wembanyama outside. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Count that bucket.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Vassell. Here's Castle. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, yeah. Castle can leap up to the rim. The rookie putting some power behind that finish.
White looking around. To the paint. Here's Ware. And the rejection. Oh, from way back.
Did you see where he shot that
Yeah.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. It's the Spurs up by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for San Antonio.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run. And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
Pass to Branham. Back to Paul. Sohan with the ball. Paul outside. Takes the 3. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Shannon, no good. Spurs leading by 6. Bounce pass from Paul. Basket counts.
Such a good facilitator. If your defense makes a mistake, Paul will find the open man.
Henderson looking it over. To the wing on the left. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitution to the Wolves.
The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. And for the Wolves.
Paul right side. Over to the wing. 5 on the clock. This one for 3. Minnesota with the rebound.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Here's Sharp. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Sharp got his second bucket of the night. Richard, we've seen how far basketball has evolved from 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now. What is it looking like when you go ahead 5 or 10 years?
I think in 5 to 10 years, we're going to see more and more centers that are just so skilled. Taller players, more Kevin Durant's. You're going to see more Wembys. You're going to see more Chet Holmgrens because they're not just putting the tall guy underneath the basket. They're giving him the ball and teaching him how to run pick and roll now.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Henderson outside. Smith outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And can't jump at that if you're the defense because Smith looking to draw the foul every time.
You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Explosive move by Fox, and if you're the defense, you've got to come to expect that.
Here's LeVert. Now, here's Sharp. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
Nice vision from the youngster, Sharp, that time.
Spurs leading by 6. Pass to Castle. GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
His size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star. And what I like about Castle's game is the versatility, right? He's a legitimate two-way threat who's willing to take on whatever role helps the team.
White, good.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Outside Fox. And it's White with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Inside, poke loose. And here's the break. 27 seconds left to play in the first half. And stolen by White. Down low. And Smith with the stuff.
This is the belief Smith's teammates have in him, which is why they look for him to take that shot.
Pass to Wembanyama. Shoots. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's Ware. The high post shot. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Spurs lead by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Timberwolves trailed by 3. Outside, White. Pass to Towns. For the tie. A rebound by the Spurs. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talents, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report.
Okay, HB, I see you still pack a punch. That's an impressive finish.
Outside, White. Pass to Towns. Over Wembanyama. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Off to a bit of a slow start in the second half. 0 for 3 so far.
Richard, one thing is for sure with these Spurs, a lot of top free agents have got to be looking at them now as a destination.
It doesn't take a lot of skill to see that Wemby is a different type of player. And look, if you are a free agent, that's the player that you want to look at to say, hey, can I team up with him and go on a string of championships?
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
To the inside. 6 on the shot clock. Where? Chalk up 2 there.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
Flashing that creativity is so much fun watching Fox carve up defenses like this.
Towns, the screen. To the middle. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup. Towns has got 6.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Fox feeling it out a bit. Pass to Vassell. Drills it from outside. Vassell's got the lead up to 10 now for the Spurs.
Great setup for Vassell, who does not waste the chances to get off a quick shot.
The Spurs making a switch here.
Substitution on the court.
Outside White. And it's slammed in by Smith.
How about the force on that finish by Smith?
Ball outside. Pass to Vassell. Over Sharp. Vassell, no good. Timberwolves trail by 8. And Derek White, he's one of the most valuable guards, Richard, in the NBA.
White can play the one, he can shoot the ball, plus he is an all-league defender. So Derek White gives you everything you want in your backcourt.
San Antonio with the ball. Here's Castle. 7 points in the game. Vassell outside. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Smith outside. Lets the 3 fly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Smith's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Paul looking around. Pass to Vassell. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 13 points for Devin Vassell. To the paint. Back to White. Here's the 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got 5.
Paul with those little micro hesitations. I'm just glad I don't have to guard him anymore.
Outside White. Smith outside. Just 5 on the clock. Over Barnes. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Timeout. And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over him.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Paul outside. No good on the last second attempt there. Devin Vassell has been on display for San Antonio. He got into
The Spurs, 47.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. San Antonio leading by 9. And here is Paul. Pass to Sohan. Back to Paul. Now Sohan. And the rejection by Smith.
A relentless defender. Smith proving how disruptive he can be on that end. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Right wing. Pass to Johnson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Johnson's got his first basket.
I love whenever Johnson looks to really score inside. Certainly has the touch and the confidence to get it done in there.
Henderson outside. Here's Ware. Back to Henderson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Chris Paul picks up that one.
High motor type of player. Henderson fighting tooth and nail down low.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And they've also been steady from the three-point line and doing a good job creating room for their shooters and then converting.
Offensive rebound. Wembanyama. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 9 points for Victor Wembanyama.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. First one falls for him. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. San Antonio leading by 7. Here's Fox. From down in the low post, it goes.
You look at Fox now compared to when he entered the league. He is so much more physical.
And it's Henderson with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Inside, here's Sharp, and then Sharp with the dunk.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Yeah, first turnover of the game. Overall, though, he's been rock solid.
Timberwolves trailed by 7. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Towns has one of the best three-point strokes of any big man in the league.
Outside, Fox. Pass to Wembanyama. Rebound by Smith. And the Timberwolves with possession. Trailing by 4. In the corner, Henderson with it. Outside, Towns. Shot clock at 6. And the 3 off target.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And the foul on Jeremy Sohan. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Timberwolves trailed by 4. Now Dillingham. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Towns, the screen. Takes it inside. There's the triple. Rebound, San Antonio. They've led by as many as 11 points. Wembanyama with it. Defended now by Dillingham. They get the rebound. They set the screen. Wembanyama with it. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Pass to Shannon. Screen by Smith. Seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Towns with it. Lets it go with a 3. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Down low. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that'll wrap it up, folks.